What if Marty McFly's DeLorean was a refrigerator? Or the climax involved a nuclear bomb test instead of a clock tower? Sounds like parody, but these were real, early plans for Back to the Future. This film battled an alternate timeline of bizarre concepts and studio rejections to become the classic we adore. We're uncovering the original drafts and near disasters that almost gave us a completely different Back to the Future. The Back to the Future journey began in 1980 with Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, but their initial script was far wilder than the film we know. The iconic DeLorean? Originally, it was a lead-lined refrigerator. Marty McFly was to time travel in this fridge, powered by an atomic bomb blast. This meant the film's climax was set at a Nevada nuclear test site. Picture Marty and Doc dragging this fridge into the desert, amidst eerie 1950s mannequins, to harness an A-bomb's energy. Marty would have to climb inside to survive the blast and time jump. This wild idea, which later echoed in an Indiana Jones film, was thankfully scrapped. Character concepts were equally surprising. Doc Brown was first Professor Brown, and his dog Einstein was an orangutan named Shemp. An orangutan sidekick would have been a different kind of chaos.
I was standing on the edge of my toilet, hanging a clock. The porcelain was wet. I slipped, hit my head on the edge of the sink, and when I came to, I had a revelation, a vision, a picture in my head.
Marty's family history also had strange detours. George McFly wasn't always a sci-fi author. One draft saw Marty's trip inspire his dad to become a professional boxer, a far cry from the geeky and shy George we all know and love. For a darker twist, an early plotline had Marty accidentally wiping out rock and roll. His 1955 actions led to a 1985 devoid of rock music. These initial ideas reveal a Back to the Future that was almost unrecognizable. With these unconventional ideas, Zemeckis and Gale struggled to sell their script. Early versions of Back to the Future faced relentless rejection. Over 40 no's from major Hollywood studios. Reasons varied. Some found the concept too weird, doubting audience appeal for time travel. Disney specifically balked at Lorraine's crush on Marty, deeming it too incestuous for their brand.
Do you mind if I sit here?
No, fine. No, good, fine, good.
That's a big bruise you have there.
Ironic, as the film handles this with comedic brilliance. For years, Back to the Future was stuck in development hell. The tide turned in 1984 when Robert Zemeckis directed the hit Romancing the Stone. This success gave him Hollywood leverage. Steven Spielberg, an early script advocate, then helped secure Universal Pictures' green light. Without Zemeckis' hit and Spielberg's crucial support, the DeLorean might never have hit 88 miles per hour. Once greenlit, Back to the Future's script underwent dramatic changes. Zemeckis and Gale refined their vision, cutting stranger elements and crafting the tight narrative we all know. The most pivotal change was the time machine. The refrigerator idea was problematic. Its immobility complicated the nuclear test site climax, and Spielberg joked about kids locking themselves in fridges. Enter the DeLorean DMC-12, a masterstroke. Its sleek design and gull-wing doors were instantly cool, and, crucially, mobile, allowing for dynamic action. This led to a new ending. The complicated nuclear bomb finale was replaced by the legendary clock tower lightning strike. This relocated the climax to Hill Valley, tying it to the town's history and Marty's mission, amplifying suspense.
Find out in 30 years!
It's about the future, isn't it? It's information
Wait a minute.
about the future! I warn you about this, kid! The consequences!
The script also became significantly tighter. Slower scenes were cut, quickening the pace, ensuring every scene advanced the plot or developed characters. Characters were also fine-tuned. Marty McFly transformed from video pirate to aspiring rock star. His girlfriend, initially Susie, became Jennifer. Marty's siblings, Dave and Linda, gained more substance to highlight changes in the new 1985.
Oh, Marty, I almost forgot Jennifer Parker called. Oh, I sure like her, Marty. She is such a sweet girl. Isn't tonight the night of the big date?
What? What, Ma?
An early idea of Marty using a sports almanac for betting was shelved for the first film, but cleverly revived for Biff Tannen in Part 2, showcasing the filmmaker's knack for refining strong concepts. Even with an improved script, making Back to the Future was challenging. especially casting Marty McFly. Michael J. Fox was the top choice for his energy and comedic timing, but his Family Ties TV contract made him unavailable. Producer Gary David Goldberg was hesitant to let him juggle both. Eric Stoltz was then cast. Stoltz, known for dramatic roles, began filming. However, after weeks of shooting, Zemeckis and the producers realized his performance, while technically good, was too intense. It lacked the lighthearted, comedic vibe essential for Marty. He played it like a heavy drama. The difficult, costly decision was made to replace Stoltz, a significant setback. Zemeckis then renegotiated with Goldberg. Michael J. Fox would film Family Ties by day and Back to the Future by night. An exhausting schedule.
Doc, about the future.
No! Marty! We've already agreed that having information about the future can be extremely dangerous. Even if your intentions are good, it can backfire drastically.
Extensive reshoots followed, but Fox's perfect portrayal of Marty was indispensable. Casting George McFly also led to later issues. Crispin Glover was unforgettable in the first film. However, disagreements over salary and character led to his absence from the sequels.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
You got my homework finished, McFly?
Well, actually, I figured since it wasn't due till Monday.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think, McFly, think. I gotta have time to recopy.
The filmmakers used archival footage, camera tricks, and another actor in prosthetics, which resulted in Glover suing for unauthorized use of his likeness. Beyond casting, the film's ambitious 1980s special effects, like the DeLorean's flaming tire tracks, demanded considerable crew ingenuity. The creative process for Back to the Future was awash with concepts that didn't make the final cut, offering glimpses into what-ifs. One bold alternate ending saw Marty return to a 1985 transformed into a futuristic utopia by Doc Brown's inventions. Studio executives reportedly felt this strayed too far from the McFly family story, leading to the more personal ending we know. Another considered ending was more subtle. George McFly would find a 1955 newspaper with Marty's picture from the school dance, leaving him wondering if this boy from the past was his son. An interesting idea, but a more upbeat conclusion was chosen. Marty's defining character flaw also evolved. Initially, his hang-up was stage fright. This was changed to his aversion to being called chicken, a fear of failure that made his struggles more universally relatable, especially concerning his desire not to repeat his parents' perceived shortcomings.
Nobody calls me chicken.
These late-stage tweaks show the continuous effort to sharpen the story. The transformation of Back to the Future from quirky concepts to a revered classic shows how pivotal changes can achieve greatness. Why were these revisions so successful? First, replacing the refrigerator and nuclear site with the DeLorean and clock tower dramatically improved pacing, visual excitement, and appeal. The DeLorean became instantly iconic. The clock tower climax offered a focused, tense, and memorable resolution tied to Hill Valley, making the wild premise more engaging. Second, rigorous script streamlining created a perfectly crafted screenplay. Sluggishness was replaced with a narrative where details and lines cleverly contribute to setups and payoffs, like the Save the Clock Tower flyer or Marty's Johnny Be Good performance, making the story satisfying and rewatchable. Lastly, character refinements infused the film with heart. Marty McFly became a relatable protagonist. Doc Brown transformed into the unforgettable Emmett Brown. Focusing on McFly family dynamics and Marty's urgent quest gave the adventure profound emotional resonance, making audiences truly care.
174.50.
That'll be 174.50.
Here.
Be careful, old timer. There's a rough neighborhood. Right here, here it is.
Despite its challenging development, Back to the Future became a cultural phenomenon. Released in 1985, it earned critical acclaim, captivated audiences, and topped the year's box office. Its impact stretches far beyond initial success. The film and sequels left an indelible mark on pop culture. The DeLorean is one of cinema's most famous cars. Phrases like "Great Scott" are common parlance. The movie's portrayal of 1955 and its fun 80s meets 50s dynamic resonated deeply. More than beloved entertainment, Back to the Future is a masterclass in screenwriting. Its tight narrative, ingenious twists, memorable characters, and seamless blend of sci-fi, comedy, adventure, and heart make it a benchmark. It showed how a bold concept could become a smart, funny, deeply emotional experience. Enduring affection is evident in re-releases, merchandise, and a hit stage musical, testifying to the filmmaker's perfected vision.
You've got to come back with me.
Where?
Back to the future.
Wait a minute, what are you doing, Doc?
I need fuel.
The journey of Back to the Future to screen is nearly as wild as the movie itself. The version we cherish, DeLorean, Clock Tower, Michael J. Fox as Marty, wasn't a simple creation. It was forged through bizarre early ideas, endless rewrites, studio doubts, and production challenges. Imagine a time-traveling fridge or Doc Brown with an orangutan. The film could have been profoundly different. Rejections, bold decisions to scrap unworkable concepts, and the crucial casting of Michael J. Fox were instrumental in crafting this gem. It proves great films are rarely perfect from the outset. They are sculpted and refined. So, when you next watch Marty race the DeLorean towards that lightning strike, recall the incredible, often turbulent path to achieve that iconic moment. The real story of Back to the Future embodies the magic of movie making. What was the most surprising original idea you heard? Drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this film history trip, hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more behind-the-scenes stories of your favorite movies. Thanks for watching.